Trig. Welcome to your notes video for most likely 212.25. That's what I'm hoping for. This is section 7.3. Continued, you are the fourth video of 4. We are still in the big house here. 3:14 or 15:14 Central Standard Time here in God's country. No, you're in the 217. 618 is God country, but you're close. You're close. All right, you're within the margin of error. Haha, if you take stats, you know what that means. Guys, we are brought to you by the Aldi version of RX. We're on a budget here. Okay, Aldi version, save a few pennies. And then look at that little delicacy. I'm surprised it's made it through 3 videos here. We got gluten-free chocolate chip plant-based. Oh, man. Sounds lovely. And folks, if it's run time, it's noon time. Yeah. Hydration tablets. All right, folks, here it is. Marathon session with these videos. This is what we ended on Tuesday. We wrote down the formula for herons. I didn't know that formula. And S is the semi-perimeter. It's half the perimeter there. And then you have this interesting formula. Again, area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. But, the base and the height make a right angle. And if you don't have a drawing or whatnot, you're not going to know what the base and the height are. So this is a nice formula, all right? So it's the square root of S times S minus, each side length. All right, so, it could get a little complicated in the calculator, though. You get to use a calculator. So we're going to have 2 examples with this. Find the area of a triangle having sides of lengths. A is 29.7, B is 42.3, and C is 38.4. Semi-perimeter is 1/2. Just add up all those sides, divide by 2. It's 110.4 divided by 2. The semi-perimeter is 55.2. That's what that stands for, semi-perimeter. All right, again, pause this whenever you need. You're definitely going to have some of these down. Hint, hint, wink, wink for something you'll see relatively soon, at least by the start of next week. Okay. So the area is the semi-perimeter S, and you're going to multiply it by S minus A. You're going to multiply by S minus B, and you're going to multiply by S minus C. So clean that up. 25.5. Guys, possible major brownie points and big-time push-ups that I'll have to do if I make an error here. And I got to make a count. We're at 40 push-ups today. Awesome. All in 6 hours. 6 hour might win the prize for keeping Mr. Yak most honest here. All right, just multiply him. Just multiply him. Big number. Take the square root of that. I got 552.32 square feet. We're gonna round to 2 decimals in these questions because we saw in second hour if we round, even if it was like 0.03 300ths, we got answers that were like off by a degree. All right, that's a little off. Find the area of the triangle, given those 3 sides. All right, no decimals. That's lovely. Remember, that's clearly the biggest side. In order to be a triangle, the 2 smallest sides have to, when you add them together, have to be bigger than the biggest side, or else you don't have a triangle. So the semi-perimeter, the perimeter is 52. Yes, it is. Half of that's 26. Semi-perimeter is 26. Again, if I caught it. That's area. No push-ups. 26 times 26 minus 12 times 26 minus 15 times 26 minus 25. This one was pretty easy to get. 14, 11, 1. So the square root of 4,004. That was pretty interesting. If you guys type that in your math print, what happens? Yeah, you still get a decimal good. If it's like, isn't it if it's over 1,000? Pretty sure. Yep. 1,000. Let's take a look at the square root of 1,000. What do they tell us? Yep, you get a decimal. Whereas if I put the square root of 999, 3 root 111. So once you get to four digits, they give you a decimal on that. So units squared, because we don't know what the units are, units squared. All right, so that is a continuation of those notes. Now, I'd be real wise here to make good notes about this. Find the length of the remaining, it should be side. So if you see something like this in a future homework set, it should be side of the angle because you have one side that is remaining. It is this one, that's why I called it A. 6 degrees, guys. That's 60 degrees is there for a reason. Now, look, if I'm looking at this, guys, law of cosines, right? I got angle A, little a. I need to find little a is equal to b squared plus c squared minus twice bc cosine 60, which is 1/2. So if you type this all in, you get 93. Because that's pretty fun. Because it's going to be 88 times 1/2, that's 44. This is 137 minus 44. Yeah, cool. So, you know, you take the square root, you get 9.64, that's fine. You can also say root 93. Root 93. Very interesting answer. Now, some of you should be thinking here, because maybe in some schools they won't let you use the law of sines or cosines on certain problems, which is silly. But I saw that when I did a little tutoring for a kid at Edwardsville High School. They did that. This was in their honors. This was in their honors geometry class before learning about the law of sines. You had to break things down into triangles that you could either do SOHCAHTOA stuff with. Anyway, if I drop, now I have a triangle here, so I know, like, this is the base. Okay, drop an altitude down. Okay, so let's make a right angle. Guys, 60, 90, 30. Opposite your 90. I think the law of cosines is a better option. In fact, on some of your questions, maybe on your homework, you're definitely going to do that because it's not as nice as this, because this is double my smallest side. So if I take half of that, I get 2. That means the side opposite 30 is 2. Well, 11 minus 2 is 9. And if this is my smallest side, this is my smallest side times root 3. So 2 root 3, all of it squared, plus 9 squared is equal to a squared. You know, law of cosines is quicker, but again, some of you ask good questions, want to see different ways you can do it. That works as well. So, but law of cosines, guys, is going to work. Gonna work. Okay, now we're going to a little solve each. Yeah, we're just going to do these two. You guys are going to get my... I have the shortest videos of my classes. Okay, so angle A is 63.9, angle B, no, little b is 23.1, and C is 27.9, 27.9. So law of cosines, because you don't go to ratio, you're given angle A, so you want to solve for a squared. Okay, so simply b squared plus c squared minus twice b c cosine a. All right, so here's what I did this. I added them up. I said enter, and then minus 2 times all that. You can type it all in at once. That's fine. You get a squared is roughly 744.95. You're going to take the square root. 27.29. Again, rounding to 2 decimals. I'm feeling pretty good that no matter what route we take next, we'll just be off by a little. All right. So on your next homework set, this would kind of be like the first part of it. These questions right here. So I have little a, and I have a go-to ratio. Little a over sine a is equal to, might as well do little b over sine b. Just pick one, because our rounding is pretty good. We should get the same, or roughly the same, okay? Little a over sine a is equal to little b over sine b. Let's do a little cross multiplying. Again, pause this if I'm going too fast. 27.29 sine b is equal to 23.1 sine 63.9. I'm going to divide by 27.29. Sine inverse of this ratio, 23.1 sine 63.9 divided by 27.29. Hit enter, sine inverse answer, 49.48. All right. That's A. Just found B. Add them up. Subtract from 180. And that should be C. Again, depending on your rounding. I don't know if you're going to try the other way too, but we better be very, very close, if not exact. That's how we were in the third one. Today, when I'm making this video, in the third one. Okay. We're doing pretty good pace-wise, and you guys have in Trig, if you're a junior, 90.9% of you. You got a pretty focused and intense Friday, so we're going to have the shortest video here. That'll be all right. try to do, brings me, all right, so write this one down. I have one little announcement to make about your homework set 13. Right after this question, we'll do it. So you guys can finish homework set 13. It's all law of sines. I got to make I got to edit something. We got to add in something. Then I got to show you at the end. Some of you have caught something at the end. All right, so I give you angle B. Little b is a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine b. And b squared is roughly that. You can type this in your calculator, guys. You want to make sure that you can get this as well. So b is 33.94. Yeah, if I were to round down to 33.9, we could be off by a degree or so later on in some angles. 33.94, little b over sine 161.2. Sine b is equal to, I did a first over sine a. Cross multiply. 33.94 sine A is equal to 15.4 sine 161.2. We're going to divide by 33.94. A is sine inverse of that ratio, which is pretty small. A is 8.41 degrees. All right, if B is 161, if B is almost 90% of the degrees and A is the smallest side, angle A is going to be tiny. Okay. Add up B and A, add them up, subtract from 180. I think we're roughly there, 10.39 degrees. Those are some good examples. We'll be done with the law of sines in one, maybe two days. All right, we don't need to rush a quiz. We're just gonna take chapter 7 test before the end of the quarter, which is a full month, or because February only has 28 days, 4 weeks from, you guessed it, Friday. All right, so go to your homework sets 13. First off, number one, we got to add in something. And I want the first part on homework set 13 to be like the easy case of the law of sines, where I give you two angles and there's no ambiguous case. So we're going to make that 101. A is 101 degrees. You need to add that for number one. Angle A, just put a 101 in there and find, angle C, little b. All right, 101. I'm going to get answers for this. Tomorrow that needs to be 101 degrees. All right. Now, one of you, very good. Big brownie points. Notice that. All right, so this ends with a 13 and 14. You guys see this? 13 and 14 on this page. And then, that's where I put, this is the last question. And then I just made a boo-boo because this 13 is the same 13 as that page. So, and that 14 is missing something. So don't worry about it. This back page you do not have to do. So write a nice little poem, a story, draw me something, you do not have to do this 13 to 14. You have to do the first 13 and 14. You don't get to choose which 13 and 14. You do that 13 and you do that 14. All right, that is the last question. That last page, cross out those numbers, write a little story. All right, folks, this is it. All those videos made. This is Yak Math Videos signing out.